How did a cooking mistake almost blow your cover during a stealth mission? I learned the hard way that military MREs don't prepare you for authentic Afghan cuisine. March 2011, our 4-man reconnaissance team was deep in Helmand province. Mission was simple: blend in with local workers at a construction site, gather intelligence on Taliban supply routes. We'd grown our beards out for 3 months, learned basic Pashto phrases, studied local customs. I was Staff Sergeant Mike Anderson, team leader, had Corporal Jake Williams on communications, Specialist Ryan Davis handling security, and Private Alex Murphy as our interpreter. Kids spoke fluent Dari and Pashto from growing up in a military family overseas. We'd infiltrated the site perfectly, dressed as day laborers carrying fake identification documents. Local foremen hired us without question, construction work paid well, and foreigners weren't uncommon in the area. 3 days in, we were getting solid intelligence. Taliban convoys moving through at night, weapons storage in the village mosque, everything command needed to plan interdiction operations. Then came Friday afternoon. Muslim prayer day meant the work site shut down early. Local workers invited us to share their meal, traditional Afghan hospitality. Refusing would have raised suspicions. The village elder, Hassan, brought out his prized possession, a massive pot for making pilaf. Real deal, passed down through generations. He wanted to honor his new workers with an authentic feast. Problem was, Hassan's arthritis was acting up. Couldn't handle the heavy lifting anymore. Asked if any of us knew how to cook traditional rice. Everyone looked at me as the oldest. I'd watched my grandmother make rice pilaf hundreds of times growing up in her Polish kitchen. How different could Afghan pilaf be? Rice is rice, right? Wrong. Completely wrong. Hassan handed me the ingredients: basmati rice, saffron, lamb, almonds, raisins. Looked straightforward enough. I started cooking like my grandmother taught me. First mistake, I washed the rice American style. Quick rinse, drain, cook. Afghan basmati needs to soak for hours. The texture was immediately wrong, but I didn't realize it yet. Second mistake, I added the saffron too early. Grandmother always added her spices at the beginning. Afghan method requires precise timing. Added it with the rice instead of at the end. Third mistake, the big one. I cooked it like Polish pilaf. High heat, constant stirring, heavy seasoning. Afghan pilaf uses low heat, minimal stirring, delicate spice balance. 20 minutes later, I proudly presented my creation. Golden yellow rice, perfectly cooked lamb, beautiful presentation, looked restaurant quality. Hassan took one bite. His face changed immediately. Not anger, just confusion, pure bewilderment. The other workers gathered around tasting my pilaf. Whispered conversations in Pashto I couldn't understand. Murphy's face went pale as he listened. They're asking where you learned to cook, Murphy whispered. This tastes like European food, not Afghan. They want to know what country you're really from. My stomach dropped. 3 days of perfect cover blown by overconfident cooking. Hassan was staring at me with growing suspicion. I'd made Polish pilaf with Afghan ingredients. Wrong texture, wrong flavor profile, wrong cooking method. Might as well have hung an American flag over the pot. Murphy jumped in fast, started explaining in rapid Pashto that I'd worked in a hotel kitchen in Kabul for foreign tourists, learned to cook for European guests, mixed up my techniques. Hassan nodded slowly, but I could see doubt in his eyes. Other workers were still whispering, pointing at the strange tasting rice. That night, we received urgent orders to extract immediately. Intelligence suggested our position might be compromised. Someone had reported suspicious activity to local Taliban. We slipped out during the 3 a.m. prayer call using the darkness and religious observance as cover, made it to the extraction point without contact but barely. 6 months later, I was back stateside teaching survival skills to new recruits. Cooking section became my specialty. First lesson was always the same: learn local food culture before you try to blend in. Your cover story is only as good as your weakest skill. In my case, that weakness was thinking I could fake Afghan cuisine with Polish technique. Murphy still sends me traditional pilaf recipes every Christmas. Says he's making sure I'm prepared for the next mission. Hassan's pilaf pot sits on my kitchen counter now. He gave it to me as a going away gift, still believing I was just a confused hotel cook.